Are you currently stuck on your Maths IB Math IA, and maybe it's over the summer or just before the deadline and you have got no idea where to start and time is pressing? Then you found the right video. Hi, I'm Ginger Mathematician. I've got 15 years experience making sure students get through their Maths IA and get the IB grade that they deserve. So today I want to go through my part one, which is where I go through my IB Math Ideation. So basically coming up with the idea for the IA, because that's crucial because everything leads essentially from that. If you have a bad idea to start with, then it's very hard to rescue that later on in the IA. So I'm going to go through my unique method for actually coming up with a really effective Math IA idea. Whether you're doing HLSL, applications, interpretations, or analysis and approaches, you can use the same idea. So what is this key idea that I'm going to go through? It's all about actually using the IB higher level paper 3 and specifically the HLAI paper 3, although this also works for the HLAA paper 3 as well. Sounding kind of confused, particularly for an SL student, let me go through my method step by step. So by the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea, you have a clear structure, and you'll know that it ticks off all those Criterion E use of mathematics. So you've got the most difficult mathematics that's needed in order to get the very top grades, getting it 18, 19, 20 out of 20. And at the same time, making sure that it does fit in with what you're interested in and it's really going to boost then your personal engagement as well. Right, let's get started. Okay, so my very first step here is literally just going to Google here, and I've typed in IBHLAI paper 3 questions specifically. Now, first of all, high level, that gives you a nice range of mathematical content. So even if you're doing SL, it's very nice to be able to dip into some HL topics that you may or may not have covered, but that's absolutely fine. You can do a little bit of self-work on that. And also looking at AI, because they're application style questions, not as much theory as, say, the analysis and approaches. So generally, they're the best questions to do the approach that I'm going to go through. So again, you've got Revision Village. They have a ton of good questions here. I'm just going to choose this link here. So there is an old, I think this is 2021 paper, which I found online. This is a high level paper 3. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to download this paper. So I've got a copy of this particular paper that's available out there on Google. So all I'm going to do is going to go into my favorite AI. So I'm a big Gemini fan, generally because I use a lot of the Google suite. That's the reason. I know many of you are big Claude fans out there, or Copilot, or of course ChatGPT itself. But I'm going to use Gemini because this is perfectly fine here. And all I'm going to ask it to do is my interests. And then just put in your interests. So if you're interested in horse riding, if you're interested in football, just put in those things. So I'm going to put in chess, football, and that's all we're going to do for this particular prompt. So essentially the key strategy from this video, again, you can use this yourself using your own prompt, but this is a good starting prompt here, is to reverse engineer a paper 3 question that you've already seen. Again, you can take it also from textbooks as well, because many textbooks have their own paper 3 style questions. So we're going to press enter and then see what happens. And of course, don't forget to attach or add in the questions that you've used these paper 3 questions. Okay, so this is the idea that it's come up with, and that's the valuation of a footballer and seeing whether it's actually influenced by their performance on the pitch. So we're going to come up with some way of evaluating performance on the pitch, whether that's goals scored, assists, or a mixture of these things, and exactly their social media presence, which can probably be interpreted by the number of followers they have on Instagram, something like this. So here, again, we have a phase 1 introduction and data collection. Then we use stratified sampling here. So you get sampling methods already in there for SLAI. So dependent will be market transfer value, again, easy to find out, number of Instagram or Twitter followers, and then some sort of performance metrics such as goals, assists, as I mentioned, over 90 minutes. Again, take 50, 60 players from Europe's top 5 leagues. You could then actually focus this just on Premier League or just on La Liga. So that's an interesting approach as well. Don't always just take exactly what it gets appeared from the AI. Do you think, I'm more interested in the Premier League, or I'm more interested in, my favourite team, of course, is Derby County, who are in the second league. That could be an interesting one to do the Championship, because that might be slightly different than these big top footballers, and you've got less outliers. Notice outliers are also mentioned here. So excluding Messi or Ronaldo, because the numbers there are kind of crazy, maybe just sort of your average Premier League footballer. So as I'm going through this, I'm already thinking of refining the ideas it's giving me. Then we can do a chi-square test for independence. That's a really core aspect of all the AI courses here. And so you can create a contingency table for player position against transfer value bracket, okay? And that brings in your H0 and H1. So for some hypothesis testing, work out the chi-square value. This is all great SL AI stuff. Then this is what I was kind of expecting here, some sort of rank correlation, either using Pearson's or Spearman's, again, arguing that as well. So if you are using Spearman's rank here, what's the argument for using it and not Pearson's? So I'm thinking of Criterion D, reflection, not just taking what the AI is giving me here, but thinking, why am I using this and not using this? Then we've got some kind of regression modeling. This makes kind of sense as well. So looking at transfer value against on-pitch performance, that makes a lot of sense. See if it's linear. It may not be linear, it may be non-linear, in which case you could go down the HL path of doing some non-linear logarithmic exponential modeling. So that's interesting. And then we've got the conclusion evaluation. This seems pretty good. Now, I'm a very big, keen fan of primary data. This is a very secondary data orientated, which in my experience doesn't do as well because it lacks that sort of personal touch. So I'm going to take this and go, I love this idea, but I would like to use primary data and collect that myself. Give me another idea. So I'm going back to the IA. I'm not taking this as my initial first idea here, but I'd like to try and do some primary data instead. I think that would be much more effective, showing that criterion C. So here's one. It's a slightly different one. This is on current affairs and social media. And this is the length of time individual spends on specific social media platform like Instagram or Twitter is correlated with the strength of their convictions. That's interesting, on current affair topics. Now, that basically means, they're highly supportive of for example, wealth distribution, or they're very highly supportive of something else. So that's interesting. Okay, it might be quite tricky to do. Okay, data collection, short anonymous survey, makes sense. Make some questions, 50, 60 peers contacts. We've got a big sample size. Random or convenient sampling, makes sense. And then we can do hypothesis testing again, regression, and see if there's a linear or non-linear regression between those two things. Again, not much detail is given on exactly the amount of questions that you should write. So in some ways this is slightly weaker. I would say, okay, this might be too complicated. I mean, I'm already very, very happy with the ideas it's giving me. I'm just doing tweaking just in terms of the practicalities. I know you're very, very busy people out there. You've got lots of different IAs to do. If you're doing like economics, you've got a series of IAs you have to do through the year. Maths, luckily, there's only one here, makes it a bit easier. So I'm really trying to refine it down to make it as practical as possible for you to get really good marks and top marks, but at the same time, making it fairly easy to do. So here, primary source of the student's daily news. Okay, social media versus traditional news perhaps, and time spent consuming it. Linear affects their factual knowledge of current affairs. And probably a little bit easier to do, so you could ask some standard questions on current affairs, like who's president of the United States, who's president of the UK, who's the prime minister of the UK. Well, that's literally changing on the day after this video, but okay, put that to one side. So actually multiple choice, that makes it easier to collect. You could do a two-sample independent test, so separate them into two groups. That could be 2-year groups. That would make a lot of sense. And then we can do effort versus improvement. Okay, that also makes sense. So this is probably easier to actually collect the data. Again, this is a survey you could send out to students via Teams and then collect this actually quite quickly. So this is probably a more practical way of doing it. Now, I've done some of the hard work for you already. I've just shown you my process that I go through when we're actually using AI for this. I've come up with my 10 top high scoring math IA ideas using exactly this process. I've got ideas applicable for higher level, for standard level, for AI, for AA. So it's just 10 different ideas that can really get your mind going here. And you may not take these ideas directly, but then adapt them, for example. So the bathtub equilibrium, for example, you may not actually take a literal bathtub to actually do this process, but you may consider actually making your own small tub and doing the same process to kind of represent the same situation. So you don't have to take the idea exactly directly. This is the high level IA idea. because we're using differential equations here, which is on both high-level courses, both AA and AI. And so this is a very nice idea, this number one. If you want all of these 10 Math AI ideas completely for free, then do click in the link below, the pinned comment. You sign up via your email and I'll send this to you directly. So you get all these ideas. The bathtub equilibrium is a nice idea. The hot hand fallacy, that's quite a nice one as well. So a fast-paced one-on-one game, whether a winning streak actually increases the chance of winning the next point. So something like tennis, for example, this lends itself to this as well. Some sort of computer game as well might also lend itself to this as well. This is also in the high level aspect. I think it can be done also for standard level as well, Markov chains and sequences and series. I think this suits an AA student, I think, although Markov chains is officially on HLAI. So if you want this plan, again, do click in the link below and in the description. And if you've already done an IA, so you've already got the IA done and you've watched this video too late, unfortunately, and you really need a second pair of eyes over it, particularly in terms of Criterion E, the use of mathematics. Is it good mathematics that you're using? What extensions could be in there to get those very top grades? Now, I do have my Elite Math IA review service. Again, you can also find it out in the description and in the pinned comment, where I go through your IA. I record a Loom video, so going through step by step how I improve it, and also a document afterwards going through exactly what I said in the Loom video, but also the action points that you need to get the very top grades, to get those grade 6s and grade 7s. I've left that down in the description and the pinned comment. So this is my ideation strategy. It's a very straightforward strategy. This is using AI in a positive way. Again, we're not using AI to write the actual IA itself. You're actually using it to create good ideas, but also using the IB's own ideas to get a really clear structure and not miss out on any of that key mathematics and variety of mathematics. People don't really talk about that much in IAs, making sure of different variety that really helps your Criterion B. If you're looking for 3 math IA ideas specifically, the examiners love, then do click on the video right in front of you.